can we do to train ourselves to make this type of thinking? Somebody mentioned the word moonshot thinking, not as an occasional thing, but a habit of our mind and our everyday existence.
Human beings tend to respond to inspiration far more than information. There are people who are sort of on a precipice of sorts in their life. Perhaps it's the result of having cultivated such ideas or the interest in the examining of such ideas from, prior years. But for whatever reason, there are some human beings who are on a precipice who need literally just a breath, and they fall into the void. So for those people, they, upon hearing deep dialogues and investigations and inquiries about the truth, they have no choice but to immerse themselves in it, and by so doing, organically move towards looking at things from this perspective. Those who are not on that precipice are not. And there is no doing to allow them to make this their so-called habit. A lot of the questions that everyone likes to ask is, they're all prescriptions in disguise. I mean, just because someone doesn't say how, they seem to learn around me not to use the word how, but they come into a different window.
I've definitely learned.
Yeah. But they ask how in a different way. So I think even you, Mo, you need to completely forget about these ideas of the source of your questions seem to come from a place of trying to help. And I don't come from a place of trying to help. I think help is a very disingenuous thing. You put the words and the nectar out there. Who will be attracted by it will be attracted by it. And if someone needs to be pushed towards the attraction, isn't the person who's ready for it. So it is largely a waste of time to talk about what someone can do and what habits they can create and what they can practice. Those are completely, utterly irrelevant. If there are 6 people in this world who are drawn to such things genuinely, then it's only meant for those 6 people.
So if you're a leader and your responsibility is to grow human potential, how do you not have a desire to help?
As soon as you try to help, you have to leave yourself in order to do so. So the ultimate way to transform people is to, first of all, forget about transforming them and to completely focus on transforming yourself. As someone transforms themselves, and if they're the leader of a company, then they transform themselves into a super leader, but without even trying to be a leader. And those who are receptive to it do not need to be told anything. They become inspired by what they see, and the thing that they see in the other is a thing that they begin to automatically cultivate within themselves. So pep talks and help and 5-point plans, and this is what you can do. Honestly, if I was the head of a company, obviously my journey towards perfecting myself would be in full force, like it is now. And those who were receptive to it, simply without any verbal cues at all, just by virtue of their associations with me and what they see, you would begin to see who was receptive to it and who was not, who truly wants to achieve a sort of perfection and reach ultimate height. And those people in whose eyes you saw the spark, you would keep, and those who you didn't, you would fire. And you would keep cleaning house until everyone in your company had the spark. And because the spark can only arise from a genuine place, the company would have absolutely no choice but to become supreme.
And when you have somebody that is going through the process and you can see the spark, you can see the inspiration, and they're following your path and they're following your lead, when you see somebody slip off, what do?
You're back to the doing again. It isn't my job to do anything. If they slip off, then, I would have some sort of forum or opportunity that occurs on some regular basis in which they feel free to ask and to explore and to question what has gone wrong, or if they feel they have fallen off or not. If they feel they have fallen off means a whole lot more than me seeing that they fell off. So that's where it would all arise from. There's no doing. And I know that everyone who's listening to this has grown up in the same world that I see and that I live in, and everything automatically reverts like a boomerang towards doing. It's a one-way street towards prescriptions and doing, and what would you do and what would you say and how would you help? And it's all utter nonsense. And the reason it's nonsense is because it doesn't work. So why would I want to pursue something that doesn't work?
Maybe because most of us, that's what we